Let's take a moment to review where we are in this week's assignment. So if you haven't already done so, go back to week 0 and post to the discussion board. The discussion board was in relation to Adler's essay, How to Mark a Book, and the assignment was to make at least a 50-word response talking about the degree to which you agree with or have comments about his position when it comes to marking a book. Now, the whole point of that essay was to get you to think about your own reading habits and to think about close reading and deliberate reading. I think one of the biggest mistakes that students make about reading and about being a good learner is that they think if I don't read quickly, then I'm not a good reader. Actually, probably the inverse of that statement is true. Good readers are typically careful readers. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about that when we do ACT practice for reading because that requires an entirely different strategy. But when you need to read and retain something, close reading is going to be careful and deliberate, and it's going to be slow. And it may require you to read in several drafts. Read once to get the general gist, read a second time to find the supporting details, read another time to find where the author has shifts in his or her tone. And as you do so, you probably want to annotate the text. So what I'm advocating by sharing that essay with you is that in your course pack, you annotate the texts as we read them. So as we get into a model essay later this week, one of the things that you should be doing is marking it up, just as Adler had suggested. So make sure that you have posted to the discussion post. I'm trying to pop into that discussion post every day and respond just so that you know that you've done it correctly and that it has posted. You should have at this point logged into the Sadler Connect website. That's where we'll do all of our vocabulary work. And the whole point of that is to increase your vocabulary so that the diction can be elevated in what you write. Remember, the whole point of this class is moving you from proficiency to effectiveness. You are becoming a collegiate writer. So yesterday I spent time in the instructional video pronouncing the words, going over the definitions, because you need to be able to use those words in context. There are several practice assignments in Sadler Oxford that are open. And I want you to understand that those are for practice. Those do not count for a grade. So my expectation is that you have those completed by Thursday night at the end of the day. On Thursday in class, we will spend time going over the quiz. So there will be no surprises on Friday. So the quiz will be 25 points, it's 25 questions, and it's just over vocabulary 1 words. On Thursday, I will tell you every single item that you need to know for the quiz. There's no surprise. I fully anticipate that all students will make an A on the quiz on Friday. But it is part of the points that you're earning for this week, so each item will be worth 1 point for a total of 25 points that are up for grabs this week. So throughout the week, you should be going in and doing the practice for Sadler vocabulary, and you should work on learning the definitions, the synonyms, and the antonyms. We're moving on today to sentence level constructions. So we begin with diction, that is, we begin with word choice to improve your writing, and we want to move into sentence level constructions. One of the marks of a collegiate writer who is effective is that he or she can use a variety of sentence patterns. And so to reach that goal, we're going to begin with some sentence combining exercises. If you will look in the supplemental resources in the back of your course pack, and you'll find that the first thing was the Adler essay. The second item, it says Unit 1 warm-ups, and there's an explanation of what sentence combining exercises are. The very first set of sentences are under the title Opening Face-Off. So what you need to do is open up a document. You don't have to write the original sentences, but what I want you to do with Opening Face-Off is that you'll notice there are sentences that are grouped. So if you'll notice, sentences 1, 2, 3, and 4 are grouped to themselves. And then down below that, there's another set of sentences that are grouped by themselves. And then when you turn over on the back side of that page, there's a final set of sentences that are grouped by themselves. So the whole point of sentence combining is to get you to combine 3, 4, 5 sentences together into one declarative sentence. And so when you finish opening face-off, it's going to be 3 sentences long. So let me show you how you would do the first set. And there's no one right answer. The beauty of writing is that there is variety. And many different authors would choose to combine sentences very differently. But the whole point of this exercise is to get you to be more aware of your sentence level constructions. So the 4 sentences are: the fans leaned forward, the fans were eager. The players leaned forward, the players were eager. And so you see automatically the commonality. We've got the same predicates, leaned forward, for the fans and the players, and we have the same adjective, eager, to describe our compound subject, fans and players. So one way that I could combine those sentences would be: eager fans and players leaned forward. And so I've taken 4 very short, choppy, staccato sentences, and I have combined them into a more sophisticated sentence so that it's not needlessly repetitive. You can use my sentence if you want to, or you can design your own sentence based on those 4, and then combine the next 2 sets in opening face-off. Once you're done with that, just keep the document. I would name it Opening Face-Off or Sentence Combining Exercises. And by the way, if you haven't done so already and you use Google Drive, I would recommend that you create a folder in your Google Drive entitled English 111, and then inside that folder, another folder entitled Unit 1. And any work that we do, save it into the unit that it goes with. That way you'll feel much more organized and be able to access your work as you go forward. So once you've finished combining these 3 sets of sentences in opening face-off, you're done with that practice. But hang on to this document, because we're going to come back to it and add to it next week, and you're going to need these exercises. So make sure you do this week. And as a matter of fact, in the assignment, by the end of the week, I want you to upload this document, but you can wait until the end of the week to do it. So when you click into week 1, you can add your assignment. Now, what I'm looking at, obviously, is the teacher side of things, but you'll be able to upload a document there, and I can look at your sentence combining, because you will get 5 points for uploading the sentence combining exercises here. So submit those by creating a link or uploading a document here in this assignment. So in your Moodle, you should see a place to submit the assignment. All right, tomorrow I will post another instructional video, and we will begin talking about the first model essay entitled The Bridge. Again, as always, if you have questions, feel free to send me an email.